She staged Beyoncé footage. The narcissist at work. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As you know from my work, it is imperative for the narcissist that the narcissist obtains the prime aims. The most important aspects of that are control over other people and fuel provided by people's emotional response to the things that the narcissist has done. Harry's wife, naturally, has to accord with those principles. One way of achieving that, of course, is through the control of the narrative, to shape the world around the narcissist in order to allow the narcissist to make the world bend to their will. This makes it easier to gain that control and to draw that fuel. This is often done by staging events. Harry's wife, as we know, frequently engages in pap walks by arranging for a photographer to turn up somewhere where she is. Lo and behold, there she is, photographed returning from the dentist, or coming out of a building with Harry, or going hiking in the middle of the road, or walking along with an anti-stress patch on her wrist. All of that is done to ensure that people respond to her presence. And as I've explained in immediate parts passing, it's reached a new low with her being photographed at her burger joint. But information has come out, and it's unsurprising, that she was involved in staging her recent appearance at the Beyoncé concert. As per a blog, it's revealed by a writer called Afzal Aga. TikToker Matt reveals Harry's wife hired him to film her at Beyoncé's tour for a free ticket. Now, it would appear that Matt, as a tertiary source, has rebelled against the control that Harry's wife seeks to assert over him by revealing that he was offered a free ticket to the concert on the basis of her filming. The article explains Harry's wife was caught off guard when TikToker Matt spilled the beans about her hiring him to film her at a Beyoncé concert in exchange for a free ticket. There have been speculations about Harry's wife's dance videos, with some suggesting that they were created by a fan. However, it appears that these moments were meticulously staged to appear spontaneous and shareable, all in an effort to generate viral content showcasing the Sussexes' dancing skills and their love for each other. Hardly a surprise. There was footage and pictures of her dancing, looking like somebody who'd had a wasp fly up her skirt, and in other instances, public displays of affection between Harry and Harry's wife, which is being done to manage that facade in order to nullify the threats to control posed by people speculating about their marriage. This is so demonstrative of the life of Harry's wife that is so false, so fabricated, and she's become so desperate that she has to offer a free ticket to essentially a member of the public for the purposes of getting them to film and photograph her. Keen observers soon identify the person behind the camera during the famous dance moments as TikToker Matt. Unfortunately for Harry's wife, Matt's efforts to conceal his tracks were not entirely successful. The incident shed light on the extent to which Harry's wife can employ paid individuals to shape her public image. Well, let's not be under any illusion here. We know that her public image is of a grifter, of a narcissist that isn't liked. And therefore, as we have seen over and over again, as I've explained to you, she has to pay for friends to go out with her, the stylists, the colorists, etc., the nail technicians, because she doesn't have any genuine friends. She has to pay over and over again for PR puff pieces to make her look good. And in this latest instance, it's hilarious that she is left paying a TikToker who fudges it up and is identified. The leaked videos and photos exposed that Matt attended the Beyoncé concert thanks to a complimentary ticket provided by someone who was most likely associated with Harry's wife's agency. The entire episode seems to revolve around projecting a picture of marital bliss for the cameras, facade management. Matt was seemingly compensated to capture these moments, including the famous Harry photo that started the public relations campaign. Upon watching the video, one can't help but notice Harry's wife and Harry seemingly FaceTiming the person behind the camera as they adjust their positions to ensure the right angles are captured. Harry's wife's well-documented habit of looking directly into cameras and smirking is noticeably absent, suggesting a deliberate effort to maintain a more natural appearance, which of course has completely failed because, as I identified in I Am the Sexiest Dancer, it was all about knowing that she was being filmed in order to present a particular image. Another source disclosed that the entire scenario, from the executive boxes to the staged hug between Harry's wife and Harry, was orchestrated by Harry's wife and the talent agency WME. WME apparently provided the box seats and arranged for a couple of amateur photographers to capture these moments in exchange for free tickets and a small fee. The entire charade was meticulously scripted, directed and produced to bolster Harry's wife's image. And once again, it has backfired. Nobody believed it in the first place, unless you're a thicko sugar. Most people recognise that she has to stage things, because how is it that somebody goes to a concert and wants to film her rather than Beyonce? You just wouldn't, and that therefore demonstrates that she must have organised it. This incident highlights Harry's wife's desperation and her willingness to involve lower-tier social media users to garner attention, aka fuel. It's a stark contrast to her previous ability to directly influence high-ranking individuals, such as calling the editor of British Vogue to achieve her objectives. Harry's wife's reliance on less prominent social media figures indicates a distinct shift in her social standing and a possible sense of panic amidst her changing circumstances. Well, that's entirely correct, and it's a useful comparison to look at how, once upon a time, she was able to perhaps rely upon the great and the good to help her out, but no longer. Such is the depths to which she has fallen, such is the level of her desperation, such is the way that most legitimate people don't want anything to do with her because they recognise her as problematic and toxic. She is now, through her agency, having to get essentially lower-tier social media influencers to film her, to make it look like she's cool and trendy and getting down with the kids, and also that she's completely loved up with Harry. As I mentioned, apart from a few dense sugars, nobody's buying it. As soon as people saw the photographs and the footage, they recognised that it was staged. They realised that it was manufactured. And this, of course, is the narcissist at work. Trying to make it look as if she's popular, trying to make it look as though people like her, trying to make her relatable so that people will say, oh look at her enjoying herself, dancing. Isn't she cool? Isn't she brilliant? I so much want to be like her. Some narcissists do it and do it effectively. Harry's wife doesn't. Reason being, her mid-range narcissism often glitches in this regard, and secondly, she has caused so many problems that so many people are ready to scrutinise everything she does and to do so through a lens of cynicism about her. This means she keeps getting caught out. However, because of the way that her narcissism functions, she doesn't learn from this, and she'll just keep getting caught out. And she'll do it again and again, inviting more and more ridicule, meaning that she'll have to plummet even newer depths. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.